You can feel the energy inside this building and also across the street. The NFL Draft has finally arrived.
With the first pick in the 2019 NFL Draft, the Arizona Cardinals select.
And so it is. The assumed is really happening.
Welcome back to the People's GM channel. I am the People's GM. What are we doing here today? Let me tell you. We're out here taking over your favorite professional sports franchises. This week, lead up to the NFL Draft. That's right, it's your favorite NFL team. We're doing all 32. We're kicking kids to the curb. We're kicking GMs out of the building. We're taking over. We're letting them know what they need to do. Thanks to PFF, Pro Football Focus, for putting out this 2021 NFL Draft Simulator, which is amazing. We've got all 32 teams. We're working our way through the AFC West. Right now, up is the Denver Broncos. John Elway had a little checkered history, so he had to go. The People's GM is in. We're going to make those moves. You know you want to. You know they should, etc. So, with that being said, let's jump right in. Take a look at the Denver Broncos 2D. We've got Drew Lock at quarterback. I don't know that he's really our solution. We're picking at 9. We're not going to spend the capital to move up to get one of those top 3 guys. So we're going to have to wait and see how it shakes out and see if there's something there. Melvin Gordon, Royce Freeman, splitting carries. We've got Cortland Sutton, Jerry Jeudy, young guy, different players, very exciting. Tim Patrick showed some potential. Noah Fant, a guy that's going to help us in the passing game, not great in terms of the run game. KJ Hamler, speedster out of Penn State, showed some things, as well as Deshaun Hamilton, kind of a veteran there. So we'll see. Offensive line, again, Jawan James, exciting potential. Garrett Bowles, solid. Let's look at that interior, see if we can't get a little bit better. And then defense as well. We've got Bradley Chubb. We've got Von Miller. We've got Kyle Fuller. We've got Ronald Darby. We've got some playmakers there. We just got to kind of keep building on that. We're doing that 3-4. So can we get better at those defensive ends? Can we get some playmakers on the back end? Let's find out right now. 5-11 last year. We're in the division with the Chiefs. We're into the division with the Raiders, who are getting better. The Chargers are getting better. We've got to make some serious moves right now. Let's see what happens. First pick coming up at number 9. So if you follow the channel, you know I am no stranger to trading back. I am not afraid to trade back, get some value, etc. Let's see how things shook out here. So Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson, Trey Lance, Justin Fields, 4 quarterbacks right off the bat. Trey Lance was kind of our hope to see if he was still going to be here. We'd be interested in potentially taking him. Offensive players going out in front of us. Now, the big board at PFS says we need to address tackle, linebacker, quarterback. I would say that's at the very base of what we need. Here's the thing. Got a bunch of good options for us right here. Micah Parsons, linebacker out of Penn State, stellar. Jalen Waddle, wide receiver. Christian Barmore, probably the best interior defensive lineman, maybe overall defensive lineman in the draft this year. That being said, let's take a look at the trades and see what options we have. So Arizona wants us to move back to 16. I think we'd have to get at least 3-for-1. If you'd watch the channel, we're always going for that 3-for-1. They're going to have to give up another first rounder for us to move back 7 and a top 50 pick. Let's see what they say. Wow, that is surprising. They move up to number 9. We move back to 16. We pick up 2 picks for 1 and a first rounder next year, which may have to be that quarterback because it looks like it's not going to be this year. So let's take a look at what happened in front of us. So they moved up to get that Jalen Waddle, give DeAndre Hopkins a little running mate. That makes sense. Jamar Chase. So a little run on wide receivers. Micah Parsons goes 13. Elijah Moore, we're back on the clock. Great news is, look at what we have in front of us. We've got a starting offensive tackle. We've got an excellent cornerback. We've got Christian Barmore, probably the best defensive lineman coming out in the draft. We've got 6 trade offers. We're going to ignore them. That being said, the pick is in. We've got to address that offensive line. Christian Darrisaw, tackle out of Virginia Tech. Right there, physically an elite tackle. He's basically NFL ready. Let's get him on board. Let's go. Now our next pick's at 40 and then 49 thanks to the trade back. Let's see who we have available. Great news for us. Couple of linebackers, Zaven Collins and Nick Bolton out of Missouri, right? Every physical linebacker, who cares? Personality does it, right? Look at this. 10 games, 71 tackles, 25 assisted, 13 misses, a little bit high. We want to do that. Not super fast, but again, we don't need a super fast guy for what we're doing. We're a 3-4, so we're trying to improve that interior linebacker position. Zaven Collins, similar type of thing, right? Rare physical. Scheme will be important, right? Can he be in the right one? 6'4", 260, big kid, shedding block, doing all sorts of exciting things. That being said, the pick is in. We are going with Zaven Collins, linebacker out of Tulsa. So here we are, 2 picks into the draft, addressing 2 huge needs. Great news for us. 2 more guys that we love right here. Javen Holland, another potential starting corner for us. Richie Grant, dynamic safety out of UCF. But that being said, the pick is in. We're going to continue to build out that defensive front 7 with Jabril Cox, linebacker out of LSU. Right there. Ideal coverage trait, proven track record performance, 6'4", 230. We're just getting better on the inside. It's going to allow Chubb and Vaughn to get after it. Great news for us. Now we are already headed to a little place I like to call Value Town. So let's see how we can get better across the board. Again, great options here. Our Darius Washington, great safety, short but a playmaker. And you know, if you watch the channel, as I always say, playmakers come in all shapes and sizes. So we've got a big decision here. Let's look at the trade offer. They want us to move back to 75. Let's see if we can get 75, 99, and 115 for 71. That seems like it makes sense. All right, let's try 138. Again, we got to get that 3-for-1. Maybe we get some capital next year. I would say we're going to need probably, you know what, a 5th rounder. Let's see what they say. They don't want to take it. That's fine. We're going to draft a player. Peyton Turner, really exciting prospect out of Houston, as well as Rashad Weaver. So again, these guys are really 4-3 defensive ends. Will they fit in our scheme? 6'6", 270. Yes, he will, right? So again, his versatility is huge. We also have Travis Etienne, interesting option, and Najee Harris, a couple of running backs. Now again, that's not on our needs list. That's not necessarily something we covered. But again, if we're not going to get that quarterback of the future, which it looks like we're probably not going to get that, is it worthwhile changing out that backfield? Not at this point. The pick is in. We are taking Peyton Turner, the dynamic defensive lineman who's going to help that front 7 of our defense get immediately better. All right, we've got 6 picks left in the draft. Let's see what sort of value we can get. We've got to continue getting better. Great news for us. Got a bunch of good options here. Justin Hilliard, linebacker of Ohio State. We've already gone to linebacker twice. Do we take a 3rd one? No, we don't. The pick is in. We are taking that look at that running back. Try to see if we can get an upgrade over those couple veterans we have right now. Khalil Herbert, let's get him in. Boom. All right, 5 picks to go now. Now, this is where, as you know, we differentiate, right? This is where champions are made. This is where championship GMs separate themselves. This is where teams that are champions are clearly defined. So we got 2 trade offers. Let's see what they want to do. They want us to drop back to 157. Let's say, okay, we go to 157. We get 168. That's fine. We got a bunch of guys in this area. We love it. We're getting that 3-for-1. Constantly trying to get better. Let's see who they wanted at 152. Bryce Thompson, quarterback out of Tennessee. Sure, but these just aren't guys that we love. Griffin was a guy on our radar. Dahlman was a guy on our radar. Love that they're still there. That being said, the pick is in. We're actually going a little bit deeper right here to Shakur Brown, cornerback out of Michigan State. Right there. Versatile and feisty corner. Can never have too many DBs. Let's scoop him up. That's some great draft value for us. Now, another position that we didn't necessarily talk about, but we do need to take a look at is that tight end position, right? We've got 4 trade offers. They want us to move to 176. We're not going to do that. Let's see. Actually, hold on. Let's see what else they have. 217. Let's see. If we go to 176, no, you know what? Just not worth it. Tight end, again, is one of those positions we didn't talk about. We've got Noah Fant, who's really that receiving tight end, so how can we get better? John Bates is a guy, 6'6", 256, right? All around solid, allows us to help us in that run game. This is probably a great place for us to take this guy. Now, John Bates is an option, as well as Sean Davis, the safety out of Florida, or Jonathan Marshall, the D-tackle out of Arkansas. Again, 6'3", 317. Doesn't quite have it, but again, might not be, or might be worth the risk there. He's not. The pick is in. We're taking John Bates, Boise State tight end. Going to put him alongside Noah Fant. Hopefully complement each other, get them on the field at the same time, and make some moves. Now, here's another great one. We've got a couple great options in here. Dante Smith, tackle out of East Carolina, is a no-brainer for us. Christian Uphoff, again, if you watch the channel, you know, love this kid. He's going to be a player. That being said, the pick is in. We can't walk past Dante Smith. Kind of a fundamental or developmental guy, but somebody we've got to just take that's going to help shore up that offensive line for years to come with the right coaching, which we are going to give him. Back at it here at pick 237, 239, and 253. Let's take a look and see about quarterbacks. Now, Felipe Franks, only one left available. Big arm, needs a lot of coaching. Maybe he's worth the risk here. You know what? The pick is in. It is Felipe Franks, 7th rounder. Why not take a flyer on a guy that's a little bit different? Let's see what he can do. Now, great news for us. A couple of great picks coming up here. Taron Jackson is a no-brainer here. Look at this guy's stats, 6'2", 260. Look at the grading, right? Production is special. Was it enough at Coastal Carolina? We're going to find out. We're going to put this team or kid on the field and see how he can contribute to this team. The pick is in, Taron Jackson. Last pick coming up now. If you don't know, we're going to get graded by individual picks as well as an overall grade from PFF. So let's take a look, see what we can do. Let's take a gander at these wide receivers and see if maybe there's somebody that we really like here. Now, again, Damonte Coxey is somebody that we like, right? Hard to ignore. Little more than yak, so it's like kind of one of those things he's going to have to be open in order to be that. Rico Bussey, not really something we're interested in, so we're going to pass there. Let's go back to the big board, though. Jacoby Stevens still available is interesting. To Daryl Slayton, defensive tackle out of Florida. Again, nose tackle mass. You know, is that worthwhile? Again, we're running that 3-4. It's one of those things where whoever we pick is going to be fighting to make that roster. That being said, the pick is in. We're going to take Slayton, defensive tackle out of Florida, see if he's got some juice that we can squeeze out of him. So let's go. All right, here we go. Right off the bat, got to like that A- with the initial trade. We moved back from 9 to 16. We got that first rounder again next year. You know, I'd love to tell you we are a draft away from the Super Bowl, but we're not. So, what did we turn that into? We turned that into Christian Darrisaw, tackle out of Virginia Tech. He's going to come in and start for us right away, which is great. Then we took back-to-back linebackers, improving that interior, allowing Chubb and Von Miller to do what they do best on that outside. Now, I think they're grading us here based on positional value, potentially. Did we need it? Does it fit? Maybe it does. Maybe it doesn't. But again, he's a playmaker. We're going to bring him in and see what he can do. Herbert, again, same thing. We've got Melvin Gordon, who's been medium in terms of production, hasn't been able to stay healthy. Royce Freeman, we know what that ceiling is. Again, just gives us another kid back there. He can play special teams and then at the same time see what we got long term. Shakur Brown, they could suck it. That kid is good. I don't know why they're giving us a C+ there when you're at pick 157 and you've got a cornerback that's a starting quality kid, can play nickel right away, potentially push your starters. That's a great that's a great pick. I don't care what they say. Again, here, I mean, again, 3 for 1. I think a B is a little harsh. I would have gone B+. They don't love the John Bates pick. That's fine. They're looking at it like, is he a starter? No, but again, we've got to get better at that tight end position. Drew Lock's our quarterback right now. We've got to be able to run the ball. We've got to be able to give him play action. Again, Ryan Tannehill's shown when you have a great running game. Now, granted, no, we don't have Derrick Henry, but he's shown that he can be a serviceable quarterback if you have a solid running game and threats on the outside. We've got those threats on the outside. John Bates helps with that running game. Lets us have some versatility from packages. And then Dante Smith, again, developmental guy out of East Carolina. Does he play right away? Probably not, but potentially at guard, potentially at tackle. He's a guy we are worth the risk on. Felipe Franks, again, quarterback out of Arkansas. Again, big arm. You know, can he get the rest of it coached in to make him worthwhile? We will find out. Because, again, I don't think Drew Lock's the long-term answer. We'll see. Taron Jackson, again, kind of big kid. Questionable in terms of the level of play. They don't like the positional fit probably because we're a 3-4. But again, I think he's a guy that, especially on passing downs, can come in that defensive end position, rile him up. Let's go. Love to see him and Von Miller or Chubb rushing on the same side. I think that would create some dynamic stuff. And then to Daryl Slayton, again, is he going to be good? Nobody knows. But this is a flyer, right? Can he be our backup nose? Can he contribute? Who knows? He's going to be fighting for that roster spot. We're going to see if we can't squeeze it out. Let's go to the grade. Another A for your boy. A- overall. No shock there. We took a team that was 5-11 last year. A lot of injuries. What did we do? We got them starters on the offensive line. We got starters in the front seven. We got a guy that's going to provide some depth at that running back position. We got guys that are going to help across the board. We got a quarterback that potentially could be the quarterback of the future if Drew Lock's not it. We took some chances. It just makes sense. Plain and simple. This is a great draft. They should hire me. I mean, I know, okay, yeah, you have your franchise quarterback from the past that won you these Super Bowls. You love John Elway. I get it. I'm just saying, if you want to move towards that Super Bowl, call me up. Let me know when to be there. I can be on the red eye tonight. You just give me a shout. So that is your 2021 Denver Broncos mock draft, powered by PFF, brought to you by the People's GM. You're welcome, Broncos fans. I don't know what to tell you. You know, follow my blueprint. You'll be better. The defense will be better. You'll be winning Super Bowls before you know it. That being said, thanks for tuning in. Make sure to tune back in. Take a look at these other ones. Drop a comment. Let me know what you think about this draft. We have all the other 32 teams. And again, Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern, we're going to be going live. And then in the coming weeks, we're going to have those recaps of what they actually do. Let you know the home runs and the misses they have. This is the People's GM channel. I am the People's GM. Thanks for tuning in. Until next time, guys. Appreciate it.